All right, let's get into it. We are going to be talking about control and how, for the most part, it's an illusion. Everyone wants control and they associate it with power and they associate it with all of this stuff going on in their life. They either feel in control or out of control. And I want to give you the three things that you are in control of. You are only in control of these three things. Number one, you are in control of your actions. Number two, you are in control of your reactions. Number three, you are in control of your mindset. And it's interesting when we break it down just like that, your mindset dictates a lot about your actions and your reactions. So if we spend as much time as we can getting into a great mindset, we can control the outcome of our life. We can be a true master of our universe if we can control our mindset. And we really have to focus on that. I think one of the biggest things that affect our mindset is not knowing. When we feel inadequate or we feel like we don't have the knowledge or we don't know what's going to happen or we don't know if we're going to get the job or if we don't know if the family is going to be able to get the mortgage, we don't know these certain things in our life and it scares the ever living out of us because we don't know. We have this innate fear of just the unknown. And yes, it makes us curious, but it's still a bit scary. So if you think about that, and I know that I harp on this in this podcast kind of nonstop, but if that's what is going to be affecting your mindset so much is not knowing, why wouldn't the very first thing that you try to do is start knowing? I mean, think about it. Seek knowledge. And if you know about the industry you're going to go into or the situation you're going to go into or whatever it is that you're about to do that you didn't know before, if you get the knowledge behind you, you immediately have more confidence. You immediately are less scared because you know what to expect. I mean, how often have you really stayed up at night and you've tossed and you've turned and you've been scared and you've cried and you've gotten up multiple times, only to find out that it wasn't nearly as bad as you thought it would be? Now, I'm not saying that fear isn't real. I'm not saying that stress isn't real. In fact, we just talked about how stress is very important. I'm just saying if you get scared, seek knowledge. Really try to figure out, okay, why am I scared? What am I scared about? What can I do to mitigate how scared I am? And how can I go in there, be very confident, conquer the situation, and really take control of the situation? The best way to have control over a situation is to be able to control your actions, your reactions, and your mindset. And the best way to get your mind right is to have confidence, because having confidence and having knowledge and having a grounded sense of what you're about to do or react to is going to dictate the outcome of any situation. Your actions and reactions in any situation dictate it. And your mindset is going to dictate what actions you take and how you react to things. I understand that with what I'm about to say, I sound a bit like a broken record, but this is coming directly from my life and me putting a stake in the ground and saying, I'm tired of being scared. And when I was having those tossing and turning nights, and my wife, who was laying next to me saying, oh my God, you grind your teeth. I'm surprised you have any teeth left in your face. And I'm waking up multiple times and I'm going through insomnia and it takes me forever to fall asleep because I'm so scared. And I realized it was because I did not know what I was doing. I didn't know what the future held. And when I started shaping what actions I was going to take, and in turn shaping how I reacted to things because of knowledge I had, it really changed my life. And it was only because of those sleepless nights and the nights spent holding my wife as she wept because she was so scared of what our future did or did not hold. and how scared we were as a young married couple and a young team. It was very, very hard. And I finally just said, enough is enough. And we, about probably 5 years ago, we started going to Barnes & Noble because we didn't have any money to buy books or order books or do Audible like I do now. So we went to Barnes & Noble so that we could get knowledge, so that we could do something different today to make our tomorrow better. Because doing the same thing was just getting us the same thing. But we didn't have any money. We were getting things shut off. We were so dang scared. We borrowed all of the knowledge. And today, with the internet and Barnes & Noble and all of the abundance of information, we live in an amazing time so that you can go grab knowledge on anything that you want to do and you can go achieve it. You just have to have follow through. And so my wife and I would read all day. And an hour before Barnes & Noble would close, we would get together and we would read to one another or tell one another, share with one another things that we learned throughout the day. And that was my first version of speed reading so that we could actually get knowledge, so that we could know what in the heck our tomorrow looked like before we got there. So if you want real power, if you want real control, having knowledge is a little bit like a crystal ball. And if you want to see into your future and you want to really plant seeds in the right place so that you can have big, beautiful trees. And in one of my previous podcasts, I talk about planting trees is basically the same as planting dreams. It's my metaphor. So you want to plant your dreams in the right place. And the best way to do that is to know where to plant, know how to water, know how to cultivate the right things to make your dreams come true. So again, the best thing you can do to control your mindset, to control your actions and turn your reactions into responses is to get knowledge about who you are and what you're doing. Knowledge is the best way to shape your mindset and shape your future. So go get that crystal ball and understand knowledge comes from people, places, things, experience, books, and maybe even podcasts. Thanks again for listening to this one. You guys are utter rock stars, and I appreciate you more than you could understand. Thank you so much.